All right, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are so excited because guess what's back? Wealthy Wednesdays. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are so excited to be back on Wealthy Wednesdays. Y'all, go ahead. If you can hear me loud and clear, put your city and state in the chat. Let us know where you guys are chiming in from. Go ahead and put your city and state in the chat and let us know where you're chiming in from. Let's get started. Oh, I'm sorry. I was still doing my makeup. You know why? Because baby, we talking about getting the whole manifesting love. So baby, I was making sure on today's show that I was ready for my love because let me tell you something. Our guest on today on this Wealthy Wednesday is going to be talking to us about a topic that I know a lot of people who are watching this broadcast or watching this replay, because I know my people, because we all follow each other, is going to definitely love this topic. And so I am so excited. But first, before we get into our guest of today on Wealthy Wednesday, I am so excited to have you guys here. Listen, you can tune into any of our interviews that we have had by simply going to authorallstars.com. Again, authorallstars.com. So make sure you plug in so that you can access to any of the interviews that we've done. But let me go ahead and introduce y'all to our guest on today. So we have none other than the beautiful Shanita Crafter. Now, Shanita Crafter, MSW, she's an inspiring author of 7 Steps to Manifesting Love. You deserve it. Mrs. Crafter, the relationship builder, developed a passion for mental health at a very early age, earning a Bachelor's of Arts in Psychology from the Hampton University and Master of Social Work from the University of Connecticut. Her love for people and family continued to rise. Shanita Crafter also serves as a certified life coach through her many talents, education, and experiences. Mrs. Crafter has decided to dedicate her life as a CEO, owner and founder of Sparkle My Way, LLC, to restoring our village one family at a time. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to present to you Mrs. Shanita Crafter. Wow. So hello, beautiful. How are you?
I am doing well. Thank you so much for that amazing introduction. I'm just feeling the energy tonight.
Yes. Listen, I love it. I love it. Well, first of all, Shanita, I know that this intro didn't do you full justice, and I'm excited about today's topic. But before we even get into the topic, if there's anything that we left out, like how did you get to this space and deciding that you want to be able to help one family at a time? How did you get to this place today? Let's go ahead and get into it.
Well, it all started. When I was at Hampton, I actually volunteered for a wellness center. And so I knew I always had an interest in families. And so from there, it just sparked something in me. And so being from a close-knit family, I knew that I just wanted to share that love with others. So that's really how I got started.
Well, come on, family. That is always a blessing. And so I love to hear that. So you got this book, right? First of all, you're the relationship builder, and the title of the book is The 7 Steps to Manifesting the Love You Deserve. And you have a very unique story about your manifestation, baby. So could you share with us a little bit about this book and how it came to be about, and how you actually are qualified to talk about manifesting the love you deserve?
Well, I just started I wanted to take the opportunity sharing my story, because I don't know if you guys know, but I got engaged and married in 7 days. So I got engaged, then married 7 days later. So when I tell you, I manifested. I don't know if you guys can see my book, but I manifested the love. I waited on God, guys. So I just had to tell my story. And so it's in the book. It's definitely in the book. So I had to trust God that it was going to happen for me. And I used to speak it over and over again. And people thought I was crazy, but I was like, I don't care. Listen, I'm about to manifest him. And it's going to happen. And it did. So I'm so grateful.
Girl, I'm grateful too. Okay, and one thing I would tell you that is incredible. While you were at, because you were at the Author All Stars conference, fellow Author All Star in the house. Yes, yes. What was so exciting, and you served on our panel, honey. So you were serving the girls and giving us all that information. Yes. What I loved, I am not lying, Shanita, is when you were sharing your story. I remember looking over at your husband and just seeing how proud he was. And so it
Oh,
was like, y'all not just talking to talk, baby. You know what I'm saying? You actually living this thing out. So for those
thank
of
you.
us who are like, well, girl, I'm trying to manifest some love like that. How
Mhm.
is this book going to help us to get that manifestation rocking and rolling?
Well, this book, it doesn't just talk about my story, but it really talks about the steps I took in doing the work. Because doing the work and loving yourself first, that is so important. So sometimes, we're praying, we're asking for these things, but we have to show up first in our own life so that we could attract that person to us. And so in this book, it talks about my dating journey. It talks about some of the things that I had to add to my life and walk away from my life. And so I hope my story encourages someone else. But once again, I really talk about doing that inner work within yourself, loving yourself, being obedient to God, and just really waiting for the person that He chooses for us, not the person that we choose on our own.
Absolutely. Girl, I'm over here taking notes. Okay. Listen, it's funny you said that because I was looking at an interview today.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody. Well, it was the Shannon Sharp interview, right? But it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't. It wasn't it wasn't the Cat Williams one. It was
Mm-hmm.
one that he just came out with Country Wayne, and Country Wayne was talking about the type of woman that he wants, and he was saying that he wants a woman who truly loves herself, like
Mm-hmm.
loves her more than she loves me, which is crazy because to hear a man say that, which is honestly the right thing to say, but the observation that he had or the maturity that he had to even know that sometimes a woman can lose herself. And so when we
Mm-hmm.
talk about loving ourselves, I know this ain't one of the questions, but I want to throw this in. What does that look like, Shanita? Can you give us, like, when a woman right now, she's wanting to manifest that love, she want to have that love of her life, be able to meet someone in 7 days, baby, get engaged, let's do this. But a lot of times a man can tell if you wanted to love him more or you're in love with you first. So how does
Mm-hmm.
that look? Or how did that look on you? Because you exuded, baby. You exuded.
Well, it first started as taking a hard look at myself in the mirror. I had to learn how to be, sit still with myself. Before I used to run around all the time, like in terms of being busy over here, trying to be there for this person and that person. So I really had to clear my calendar, clear my space just for my inner peace. And so when you sit with yourself and you really ask God what your purpose is and who you are and what aligns with yourself, that is what really got me started along my journey in self-care. Because I always tell people self-care is how you treat yourself when no one else is watching. So when you really take the time to be gentle with yourself and you really take the time to say, hey, I'm amazing at this, but what are some of the things that I think I could just do a little better? When you really take that time and you dive deep into that, I also went to therapy. So, and I started therapy in 2019, and the that journey within itself, to be able to really dive deep and unload some things and really look at myself really hard in that mirror. That's what really got me to get to that point, because I love myself enough to say what I was going to do and what I wasn't going to do. And for me, that's what really gained my focus.
That was good. Come on, y'all. Like, we have to know when to say, this is what I'm going to do and what I'm not going to do. I love
Mhm.
that because, again, it's very easy to sometimes, especially with the pressure of society, right? We will lose ourselves. We want to be able to be accepted. And so in many people's eyes today, acceptance means, well, when you going to get married? When you going to become a wife? When you going to settle down? So we find ourselves trying to hurry up and get into that space and losing ourselves along the way, not realizing that it can happen just like that. It can happen just like that. And so we don't have to try to, you know what I'm saying, listen to what everybody else tells us. Focus on ourselves within, and then we can be able to exude all of that out. Well, listen, I know you're going to give us a treat. I'm going to ask you some more questions, but I want you to give us a treat and share with us a little bit from your book. You know, I always believe in reading a little bit. So I know you're going to get us with a little bit. Go ahead and tell us what chapter, what you're reading from your book. And also then, of course, we'll talk about later on how they can get a copy.
Okay, sure. So I'm going to read from chapter 3, which is called Be Intentional While You Wait. So I'm just going to read a paragraph that I have here. So it's called Never Convince. Convincing never works. Never try to convince a man to do something that he does not want to do. For instance, if he said he doesn't want kids, believe him. If he says he doesn't want to get married, believe him. There's nothing that you could do to change his mind. And even if it appears as if he wants to change his mind, it's just temporary. Do you really want to convince someone to want the same things in life as you? No, you really want someone to be just as invested as you, or pertaining to sharing your goals and your dreams. Dreams are created in your mind, but it is the discipline that helps you to obtain the goals. Sometimes we have to write these things down and also speak them out loud to ingrain them in our minds, inscribe them in our hearts. Words are powerful. Whatever we speak will come to life. I hear people joke around all the time saying, "Oh girl, I'm never going to get married," or that's there's never going to be a man out there for me. That is not true. If you speak those things, that is all you are going to attract. Whatever your mind pays attention to, your eyes and your whole being will follow. If you start focusing on love and the healthy things about it, it will begin to show up more in your life. The more you focus on it, the more you're going to start walking every day as if it already happened.
Come on now, listen, let's do it. And honey, listen, I got a chance to get a copy of this book at the conference, and baby, I plugged into it immediately, okay? And everything that you were talking about in that, I mean, it definitely touched me, and I appreciate you for coming out with this incredible manuscript. Well, look, we're going to get right back with Shanita, but we're going to pay a couple bills. I got a couple commercials if y'all don't mind. So I want to introduce y'all to a couple people real quick, and then we shall be right back. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Taria Vision Avant, and we help speakers, coaches, and network marketers who are authors or future authors learn how to leverage their books to generate over $10,000 plus per month, week, or day. Listen, if you're an author and you want to be plugged into an amazing community, I want to highly recommend you go check out Author All Stars. And for those of you who host conferences, podcasts, things of that nature, and you're looking for some dope people to interview, authorallstars.com. If you also want to find out about our amazing annual magazine, authorallstars.com. Go head over to the website once we are done with this interview. Check it out. Trust me, there's a lot to do there. You can also see all of the replays from our Wealthy Wednesdays there as well. So head over to, you know it, authorallstars.com. We'll see you guys over there. Deuces. You guys, if y'all didn't know better, y'all should go check out authorallstars.com. So listen, I got one more commercial that I want to throw in here for you guys. And here we go.
Dive into the vibrant world of Blue Impressions Publishing, your beacon in the modern publishing sphere, right from the heart of Mobile, Alabama. Fueled by a passion to amplify unique voices, we extend our hand to authors, business gurus, coaches, and consultants, unlocking avenues for additional income and amplified reach. Remember the celebrated Mobile Book Expo of 2022? That was us. Now we're gearing up for our next venture, the 2023 LitCon Author Expos. A haven for both established and budding writers, this nonprofit initiative is all about nurturing and championing the literary aspirations of our community. At Blue Impressions Publishing, we're not just about publishing, we're about curating quality content and fostering a thriving literary ecosystem. We're not just a publisher, we're a movement. We're steadfastly redefining the boundaries of literature, business acumen, and community engagement. Join us and be a part of this literary revolution. For more information, visit yourartisticexpressions.com today.
Yay! So listen, so that they actually have another one coming up. So if you are an author, Your Artistic Expressions, they have one this year as well. So make sure you go check them out as well. Blue Impressions is an incredible group. They're part of the BPC family. So make sure that you plug in. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are here with Mrs. Shanita Crafter. Let's bring her back up, y'all. Come on. Yay! And you had an opportunity, of course, to read from your book, which was phenomenal. And shout out to everybody that's in the chat. I see you guys. We have Tish Dinkins here. We have Kim Chu here as well. And so I know we have some more people. Go ahead and put in the chat. Let us know that you are here so we can go ahead and shout you out. But listen, so now we have this book. And of course, the content is incredible. And so what can someone else expect? Like when they get all the way until the end, from beginning into the end, what can they expect to be able to learn from this book? I will say manual that's going to help them with manifesting that love.
I think the most important thing is they're going to learn about themselves. I have questions throughout the book that's like very interactive, and I think they're going to really get an opportunity to really reflect on their own personal journey, and also like depending on where they are in each stage. And so they could be currently in a relationship or haven't manifested a relationship yet, but I think at the end of the book it will actually give you that opportunity to reflect where you are. And if you haven't manifested, give you some tools on how to manifest it. So, for example, making a list. And I can't give all my secrets away, but if you get the book, it's going to teach you how to make the list and knowing how to apply it. So that's the biggest takeaway I could give you.
Listen, I love it. And so I know everybody is like, well, Shanita, please hurry up. Tell us, how do we get a copy of this book, darling? So where do us ladies and even men, like men, listen, I know we might be feeling like this is only about us, and it is talking about what a man wants to talk, but I think men should still read it too, right? But where can they get a copy of your incredible book?
You can get a copy of my book at www.sparklemyway.org. And I'm so excited. I can't wait to just bring you all into the Sparkle My Way family through the book. So I'm looking forward to seeing your purchase.
Hey, come on, sparklemyway.org. Y'all get y'all a copy. So real quick, Shanita, too, I want to ask you one final question because you are a part of the Book Profits Club family. I want to know, what have you enjoyed thus far with being a part of the family? And then do you recommend that people join us over here in BPC? You go ahead and take it away.
Oh my goodness, I love Book Profits family. When I tell you they are family, we meet every Monday. And when I tell you, I cannot wait to get in like on Zoom and see everyone. And so when we went to Austin to meet them in person, it was just indescribable. I had a whole list of people I just had to hug. And so if you are looking for accountability, I'm telling you, Taria, she would definitely push you out of your comfort zone. And so we have a lot of fun. As you can see, we just keep cracking up over here. So we have a lot of fun in our Book Profit Club family. So you want to get signed up. If you haven't gotten signed up yet, you need to sign up tonight, because it will definitely get you started with your book from top to finish. Like, it's a family. And once you start writing your book, you're going to always keep wanting to write them. So,
yep, absolutely. I know, because I know you got, right now we're doing a book writing challenge. So I already know she got her idea what's the next book going to be. And so yes, I'm excited about that as well. And you got some people that are here watching. So shout out to your family that's chiming into the chat. Shanita, any last imparting words that you want to leave with our viewers on tonight?
I just want to let you know that just believe in love. Get to a place where you experience for yourself. And starting with self-love first. Experience it. Be open to it. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. And I also want to say, shout out to my husband, Michael Crafter. I love you. Thank you so much for being so supportive. Because with you, this book was possible. So thank you, God, for allowing me to experience this love that I deserve.
I had to let it sit on her for a couple seconds because she said how she shouted her when she said her husband name. Didn't y'all just feel the love? Like, child, I'm excited. I'm excited because I believe that being connected to Mrs. Shanita Crafter is going to be a blessing for all of us single ladies out here. Single ladies. All right, so make sure you guys connect with her. Listen, my name is Taria Vision Avant. This is another edition of Wealthy Wednesday. Make sure that you tune in. Go to authorallstars.com to see a replay of all of our shows. Make sure you go get a book from Shanita today. Make sure you connect with her because she got other stuff beyond the book, okay? So the book is the appetizer. So if you really want to be able to learn what it's going to take, connect with her today. God bless you all. I pray that your day is full of peace, prosperity, happiness, healthiness, and everything in between. And let me tell you something. The fact that you were able to make it here today, join us live today or watch the replay means that there is so much more for you to do. So God bless you and God bless you on your journey. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Deuces. Bye, y'all.